7 scare pranks too good not to share. What's up everyone, welcome back to another episode on Infofeed Daily. Today we're going to show to you our list of 7 scariest pranks pulled on camera. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below and help us grow this community so we can continue to bring you this type of content. Number 7. Our first prank of the day is going to be with your typical angry chihuahua. But not just your average angry chihuahua, this one has triple the anger and triple the heads. Don't we just love a good costume on a dog? Well, maybe except for this one. And especially if they aren't running at you in the middle of the night. Number 6. Many cultures around the world share a very common folklore tale involving a woman in a white dress who seems to hover everywhere she goes in the middle of the night. Our next clip is a very innovative one in which the pranksters used a drone and a witch in a white dress. With the help of a quad drone and LED eyes, they were able to pull this prank off and scare multiple people. Hopefully this prank didn't trigger any past traumas for anyone who might have experienced it when they were younger. Some of you may have a relative or a family member who's had their own personal experiences with the lady in the white dress. It's safe to say that there was no drones back then, so they were probably telling the truth. Number 5. Our next prank takes place in a subway station. Our pranksters were able to coordinate light flickering and the appearance of a little dead girl, delivering a very well coordinated and sophisticated prank while terrifying the living daylights out of unsuspecting passengers. I can only imagine the amount of terror and helplessness these passengers felt as they were locked in the same cart as a screaming dead little girl. Looks like these passengers are probably going to stay away from taking subway trains in the middle of the night, especially if they're empty. Number 4. Next up is from an American TV show, Scare Tactics. Meet Harry, a kind and gentle man who is absolutely afraid of watching horror films. Unfortunately, his friend Todd decided to make him the star of his own horror film. Harry is tasked with babysitting while the parents go out for a lovely dinner. After the parents went out for dinner, the little girl Harry was babysitting eventually told him that she had a little sister who passed away not too long ago. During their conversation, the little girl told Harry that she talks and plays with her deceased sister regularly. Their conversation was cut short by the voice of the deceased sister.
I want to go play.
Who are you?
I'm Gary.
What are you doing with my sister?
We're just playing.
I want Alyssa to play with me.
I want to play.
Alyssa, no.
Terrified, Harry begins to call the mother of the little girl. While he had the mother on the line, objects began to start moving around the table, terrifying Harry even more.
No!
Alyssa, I want you to play with me. I want you to play with me.
Are you scared?
Number 3. We can't complete this list without having a good cemetery prank. This cemetery has been having problems with grave robbers coming in the middle of the night, so they hired a team of security guards to keep watch. Part of their job duties is to make rounds around the cemetery in the middle of the night. Number 2. This next prank takes place in a morgue, where they hire a group of actors to play the undead. Our first set of victims are 2 interns on their first day of the job. The doctor showing them around asks them to stay put while she leaves the room to go grab something. As she leaves, blood starts oozing out of the vents, and arms and zombies begin crawling out. Our next set of victims, the cleaning ladies. Similar to our last set of victims, these workers were helpless and terrified. At least one of these workers thought quickly and picked up their broom as they tried to shoo away the zombies like it was an unwanted critter. Number 1. We have another babysitting prank for you guys, this time with 3 different babysitters on 3 separate nights. Our first victim. After our babysitter wrapped up a conversation with the mother, she enters the living room and finds the child staring endlessly into the TV. The child begins to greet the babysitter by her name. The babysitter was startled, as she is yet to introduce herself to the child. She then proceeded to ask, "How did you know my name?" And the child responded, "They told me." The child begins to touch the TV screen, and as soon as she does that, things go for a very chaotic turn. Our second victim. Similar to the last victim, the child began to touch the TV screen, and everything goes chaotic. The light flickers, and the child seems to disappear. Then, all of a sudden, the babysitter can hear the child, as if she is stuck inside the TV screen, crying out for help. The babysitter begins to call out to the child, but she's nowhere to be found. Our third and final victim. This poor babysitter looked a little more traumatized than the first two.
Claro. Agora? Oi, Wilson. Vem cá.
Eles quem?
Eles.
Sara, vem cá, vem. Sara. Sara, tira a mão do TV, vem pra cá, vem. Sara! Oh, meu Deus. Sara!
Eles. Eles aqui, ó.
Senta aqui, vem.
Mãe, tira daqui.
That concludes our list for the top 7 scary pranks recorded on camera. Feel free to comment down below what you would like to see us cover next. Till next time.